Well, I'm Alan Dale from Gale Force Winds, and I want to tell you, it's great to be back on the Building in Newfoundland and Labrador podcast. Here we are, Women in Construction 2024. Derek, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us what your role is?
Well, my name is Derek Brown. I'm the board chair for the NLCA. I work with the Cal Group of companies now for the past 16 years.
And Derek, you just had some opening address there. Talk to me a little bit about what you discussed.
Well, I kind of reiterated the fact that this is only our third year kicking off the Women in Construction Forum, and every year we've seen amazing growth year over year. 120 the first year, which was incredible as we thought. 180 the second year, and this year we're hitting 200 plus. So it's fantastic. It just goes to show that there's a lot of organic growth, word of mouth. Women helping women, men participating more and more. It's fantastic, and there's a lot more growth for us to get to.
Derek, a lot going on in the province right now, a lot of infrastructure. We spoke to Minister Hutton, we need all hands on deck right now to meet the demand. Tell me about the importance of having that big tent and an inclusive environment where women feel very welcome here.
Absolutely. Well, women make up a very significant portion of the available workforce here in Newfoundland. Unlike folks that have to come into the province, these folks already have homes in many cases. Their kids are already in school in many cases. There's childcare opportunities, parishes, health care services. A lot of the things that folks from away or immigration, they have to figure it out when they get here. So having women involved in construction and all industries really gives us a leg up, because these folks are here, they're ready, they're willing, and they're able to go to work right away.
Right, and you see in the room, as before we sort of started to roll here, you talked about looking out into a sea, and in your words, a sea of passion. Yeah. Talk to me about that.
I must say that was, I'm used to speaking in front of people, but when I looked out and I saw 200 women just all together for the same reason of lifting each other up, I took a step back. I was so intimidated but inspired at the same time. I remember what a female said in our first meeting that we had 3 years ago, at how she felt imposter syndrome and how she had to overcome that. And I always looked at that individual as a tour de force, someone who would never feel that way or feel that vulnerable. But when I was up on stage looking into the sea of all of these passionate young females from all areas of industry, but particularly construction, I felt imposter syndrome myself. I felt intimidated, but I also felt inspired and blessed to be here to help.
Derek, I want to tell you some great things are happening here. I love the vision of the NLCA, where they started this thing and they initially focused on women in leadership positions so that people could see a pathway. Then they worked on middle managers, and now we're talking to people who are hands-on tools. So we're really covering all gamuts of the industry so that everybody can see their place. It must feel amazing to be a part of this organization where you're bringing all of these people together, the whole group to be lifted.
Absolutely, and there's so much work has been put in by the staff of the NLCA, the conference chair, Valerie Penny, she's been a tireless advocate, and our very own president and COO, Rhonda Neary, who has been a mentor of mine. I've learned so much in the past 7 years of working along her and Valerie and the many other great women on our board. Like I said in my opening address, 40% of our current board is females. And I don't think we'll stop till at least we're at 50%, I can tell you. And I find that there's a passionate group of people, they're thorough, they care, and they're reliable. And I'm just blessed to be able to be around them and help raise them up while they help me.
Derek, an absolute pleasure to have you on the podcast. Thanks for your vision, thanks for your perspective, thanks for your leadership.
Yes, thank you so much. Appreciate it.